Emotional abuse is a form of mistreatment that involves manipulation, pressure, and cruelty that has damaging effects on a person's emotional and psychological well-being. It's a form of abuse that doesn't leave physical scars, but the resulting losses are staggering and can take years to overcome. Hi, I'm Patty Blue Hayes, author, coach, and your guide to blossoming beyond heartbreak and cultivating hope as you sow the seeds of healing. Here are ways in which emotional abuse can have an effect. Low self-esteem due to constant criticism, belittling, and humiliation. It can also cause you to blame yourself and question your own perceptions of situations. Anxiety and depression from the pattern of undermining your emotions and value as a person. PTSD can result from prolonged exposure to emotional abuse, which can cause flashbacks, nightmares, and hypervigilance. Isolation can happen if the abuser has used tactics to separate you from friends and family. You can also isolate yourself due to the diminished feelings of self-esteem. Physical health issues can result from the stress in form of headaches, digestive problems, and a weakened immune system. Difficulty expressing your emotions due to fear of the response from the abuser. Impaired cognitive functioning with your concentration, decision-making, and memory can be affected due to the chronic state of stress. Eating disorders can result from emotional abuse due to body image issues or using food as a coping mechanism. Sleep irregularities like insomnia and nightmares can result from being subjected to prolonged emotional abuse. Oversleeping as a coping mechanism can occur as well. Self-destructive behaviors are common. Many people will engage in substance abuse or self-harm as a way to cope with the emotional pain. Emotional abuse can happen in all types of relationships, including romantic partnerships, within families, friendships, or the workplace. It's normal for people to have an angry outburst on occasion or to dismiss our feelings during a heated discussion, but if there is a consistent pattern of behavior, that is what qualifies being emotionally abusive. Emotional abuse can leave you feeling like there isn't any safety for you to be yourself in the relationship. Let's talk about 9 common signs of emotional abuse and examples of what that looks like. 1. Verbal abuse. Persistent name-calling, insults, or derogatory comments that are intended to degrade and humiliate you. Constant criticism, undermining your self-esteem, and making disapproving remarks about your intelligence, abilities, appearance, or worthiness. Examples might look like, "You're useless. You can't do anything right. What a genius. You think you know everything, don't you? What stupid thing did you do now? I can see your fat rolls in that dress. You don't have the smarts for college. I don't know why we hired you." 2. Manipulation and gaslighting. Gaslighting is when the abuser undermines the victim's perception of reality, making them doubt their own memories, feelings, or even sanity. The manipulative tactics, such as guilt-tripping, mind games, or using emotional blackmail, are used to control the victim. Examples might sound like, "You're delusional, I never said that. Even all our friends think you've changed. I don't want to tell your boss about your issue, but if I have to, I will. Maybe there's something wrong with your memory. You can't seem to remember what I tell you. Clearly you imagine that. I never did that." 3. Isolation from friends and family. This control of access to people, information, resources, or opportunities is a way for the abuser to maintain dominance. Examples of scenarios include discouraging you from seeing your family and friends, or even getting a job because it will negatively impact the abuser, claiming they will get upset if you get together with friends because they need you to be with them, stating that the friend you want to see has a bad influence on you, controlling access to cell phone or computer use for a variety of reasons. 4. Threats and intimidating behavior. This is done to create fear, anxiety, or compliance with the abusive person. Examples can sound like, "You want me to hit you? Keep talking. You'll regret leaving me. No one will want you after I'm finished with you." Or actions of punching walls, slamming doors, kicking objects while you're in the room as they are muttering something about things being your fault. They may have a chronic state of emotional dysregulation and blame you for their behavior. 5. Humiliation and shaming in front of other people. Saying things to embarrass or shame you through insults, belittling comments, or sharing personal information without your consent. They can make belittling statements about your achievements, aspirations, or personal characteristics. For example, in front of other people, they may say things like, "Well, we all know you can't cook. Why did you even bother? You want me to tell them about your sex problem?" Can you believe she thought she was smart enough to pass the exam? 6. Withholding affection and emotional support. They consistently withdraw from giving you emotional support, physical affection, or even acknowledging your existence as a means of punishment or control. Examples of creating an environment where you feel unloved or deserving of care can look like giving the silent treatment for days and refusing to talk, flinching you away when you try to hug or touch them, not engaging in the supportive partnership aspect if you're going through a challenge or are sick and need their help, spending their free time without you. They don't take an interest in your well-being or day-to-day activities. Please help me continue to create these videos by subscribing to my channel if you find this content valuable. 7. Control and domination over the victim's daily activities, finances, decisions, or choices. Examples look like monitoring and regulating your movements, communications, or interactions with others. It can be sugar-coated. "You know I don't like that dress. Why don't you wear the one I gave you? You know you have a spending problem. If you need money for something, just ask me. We're not doing the holidays with your parents. I made plans for us to visit with my cousin." 8. Blame shifting and denial. Shifting responsibility for their abusive behavior onto the victim is a classic example of emotional abuse. They will also deny or minimize the impact of the abuse, making the victim question their perceptions and experiences. Examples of what this sounds like: "You made me get angry. You're the one who caused this. If you would just do it the way I asked, I wouldn't be angry, but you always think you know better. You're crazy. I wasn't yelling. You're the one who started this." 9. Invalidation and dismissal of your emotions, needs, or concerns. Invalidating the victim's experiences, emotions, or struggles can make them feel unheard or unimportant. Examples of what they may say: "Your PMS is making you act crazy. You're just too sensitive. I was joking. Can't you take a joke? I don't have time for this. I have work. You need to figure yourself out. You always blow things out of proportion." It's important to recognize that emotional abuse can have profound and lasting effects on a person's mental health and emotional well-being. If you think you may be experiencing emotional abuse, please read articles from reputable sources, seek support from friends and family, and of course, getting a counselor to work with will help you see things more clearly. Remember, you're on a journey of healing and transformation. The seed does not become a blossom overnight.